This episode of Keeping Tabs is sponsored by Dootloot, your go-to vendor for non-English foils, signed and altered cards, reserve list staples, judge promos, and secret layers. Dootloot has cards for every budget, starting at just $5. It's a simple, no-nonsense card feed updated weekly, with monthly giveaways and free tokens in every order. Join the over 6,000 members on Discord and follow on Instagram at DootlootIG.
Welcome to Keeping Tabs. Critical EDH. Are we a boy band?
Yes.
I think the answer is yes.
For sure, man.
We are.
Who is
With all of our
course.
backstories, we definitely could be.
I
think
was
what-
really enjoying the pick a class for each of us that General was doing a couple days ago for D&D.
I think we
yeah.
could be a boy band with just Jordan's backstory.
That's what all the guitars are for. You can only see two of them. There's a few back
Oh
there.
my god.
Mm.
We're halfway there.
I think we get a third.
Oh yeah, you get I'm not going to say that. You know what I mean.
Just the tip.
Yep.
Speaking of just the tip, we do want to quickly go over events that we're going to and events we're planning for. The Siege is going to be June 13th and 14th in, North Denver, Colorado.
Yeah.
It's going to be really, really fun and a big, big event in Denver. So really good time of year to visit, and there's going to be tons of amazing prizes. Top 40 cut, which is going to be really awesome. Really, really looking forward to top 40 cut.
Oh yeah, big stoked. Also, there is just a cradle being given away.
Yeah, just a raffled cradle.
Just for showing up. Just show up, get a raffle ticket, hopefully get a cradle.
Every game you
come to the
win, you
event.
get more raffle tickets.
Oh, really?
Oh,
is that how they're doing
it
it?
works?
Yes, you get raffle tickets for being there, but every game you win, you get more tickets. So there's actually incentives
gas.
to win.
That is so sick.
And then obviously the price of Cradle lately, who knows what it's going to be in June, but if it keeps going the way it's going to be worth a lot of money.
Day by day, hour
Yeah,
by
this
hour,
is crazy.
I get further away from a judge cradle.
I don't know what the market is doing with Magic cards right now. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah, it is.
I still am so proud of the Denver community funding Sylvan a Judge Cradle because they got theirs stolen, but that would actually not be possible anymore.
Yeah. Kevin was
I didn't
talking
know that
about
story.
it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it happened at Snowy Summit too.
Mm.
And Kevin was talking about it the other night, and he's like, yeah, I don't think I can afford that now. Anyway, we're really looking forward to the Siege. We will all be there. And yeah, just come hang out. I know that we're already planning in our Discord, so if you would come plan and figure out who's going or split hotel rooms or whatever, that's the place to do it.
I currently have people offering to sleep in my bathtub, so slots might be tight for staying at Casa del Quinn.
We also want to remind everyone about our 10K subscriber giveaway. We have had a ton of entries, probably about 500 people overall, but 6,000 entries via these different methods. If you wanted to sign up, you can get extra entries by just doing some of the activities here, which are basically clicking on links or going to our YouTube or going to Dootloot's Instagram. You can get 2 entries for doing that.
Yes.
And we're giving away lifetime league passes. We're also giving away some critical EDH playmats, a foil Chinese smothering tithe, and some other stuff.
Yeah. I still can't believe we're here. Honestly, it's incredible. So I'm just stoked to be in a position where we can do a giveaway like this.
Yeah, we're on our road to 11,000 right now. We'll probably be there very shortly.
Yep.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, I kind of missed the daily 100 subscriber updates, but it did become untenable for you to just sit there and refresh YouTube stats all day.
I'm like, hey, we got another 100. And you're like, yeah, but the last message was this morning. We did want to shout out some things. We have some more events to talk about, but just kind of in the line of tabs, we're kind of mixing it up a little bit. But we wanted to shout out Calibretto. Teo has just been doing really well and won a tournament. So that's really, really awesome. I'm just really proud of them.
Yeah, they've been one of my favorite people to play with in the league. Just really great community builder and player and all the things. So this was great to see.
And Blue Farm too, dude.
Yeah, turns out farm good.
We're still a partner with Just Jam Dgrid. This is the event in Phoenix. We're looking forward to this as well. I don't know who from our group is going. Do you, Wolfan?
I know Eric is,
Okay.
but I think he might be the only one at this point. I was on the fence about it just with we get back from Japan the week before, so it's a little snug, but I think it might just be Eric.
Okay. Yeah, it's still a 20K. I mean, at these events and the last event, which was Cradle to the Guild, at the same location, it was super awesome. You can go look at the Freedom Waffle photos from that event.
Yep.
A lot of the same people will be at this event, so it's going to be an awesome event as well. Lots of good prizing. Man, $6,500 to first place. Like, that's a huge chunk of change. I think this event's gonna be awesome. Really looking forward to this, and been enjoying working with these guys as partners with our league. This is a new one. This is called the Stock Up. This is April 11th and 12th at the Denver Livestock Center. This is going to be a charity event and run by Everyone is Bad at Magic. We're partnering with them and Denver Card Shows to make this event happen. This is going to be a little bit of a smaller event, but if you're a Colorado local, this is definitely something you want to check out.
Yep. Yeah, it's going to be a 2-day tournament with Swiss on Saturday, Top Cut to 16 on Sunday, just to kind of line up with Denver Card Shows being a 2-day event. And all of the proceeds from this go to Colorado Artists in Recovery. So for folks who are in or have previously been in rehabilitation programs, it's going to help them build careers and find opportunities outside of that. So super good cause as well. And I don't know, maybe there'll be like a rodeo or something because it's at the stock show place. So you never know.
Yeah, pretty cheap entry fee too. It's only $30, but do note that parking is $15 a day. So 2 days worth of parking, that kind of doubles your entry fee. So they're encouraging you to use public transit or carpool, and there will be plenty of opportunities to do that, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I'm doing an episode with the Everybody's Bad at Magic people on the 13th, I think. So keep your eyes peeled for when that comes out. I'm sure we'll talk about this event during that.
Sweet. I know we've talked about this before, but shout out to Manava Proxies. We're really big fans of their stuff. We have our own page now on Manava, and you can purchase any one of these decks with the sideboard, which is very notable. So like my farm list right now looks a little scuffed, but you could purchase the deck, and then all the cards that I took out that would normally be in the deck, you can still get along with your deck order. So no fret there. I think you will be okay. But yeah, it's kind of cool just to have that option where you can go right to the site, and it does pull the latest updated deck list. So long as we're keeping them up to date, which we will, you will get the latest list.
Yeah, I think this is a really exciting thing for people to be able to do, especially we talk a lot about like onboarding new people to the format and to have kind of reliable lists to come pull from and that are always up to date is a really great thing. Unfortunately, this is roughly 88 more proxies than will be allowed in some places. So be careful.
Oh, that whole situation just like drives me up the wall. It really does. We'll talk about that in a minute, but just move on for now. Wanted to give some small league updates. We're coming up to the end of the league for February. Our friend Charles Beck is in first, doing awesome, and our Kenrith bot is in fifth, which is really cool. But we've got some new names in the top here.
Dude, Balin in seventh.
Is that? Oh, really?
Yeah, Sam.
Sam's the Balin player. Okay.
Yeah, as far as I know, he only plays Balin.
Wow. That's impressive. The Matt Hayes is in 8th, Hires in 10th, VT Robo guy, the Atali guy is in 12th. Ashani Miller, Jamaican dude, is in 14th.
Arm is super active in the Dargo Discord. I don't know if he's playing T&D right now, but
okay,
doing really well.
A lot of new names. I don't know a lot of these.
Yeah. It was really funny after I did the RogThras deck tech, just because I saw his name. VT Robo messaged me and he was like, so what if we did like an Atali deck tech and it's fine if it's only 30 seconds and you ask me what you do and I say count to 7 and then the video ends. And I was like, that's actually really fucking funny.
It's like the old Godot count to 11.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, I don't know. The RogThras deck tech you put out is just awesome, and maybe we're in kind of like Teamer winter.
Apparently.
I put out a Maelstrom Wanderer deck tech. If we do Atali, that's close to Teamer. I don't know.
Yeah, might as well be.
I think I do want to talk about like a little bit. If you're intimidated about joining the league and just like playing, and you're like, I don't think I can really compete. Look at Matt Hayes' win rate. I'm not calling out Matt Hayes as being a bad player, but like he's winning 30% of his games, but because he's played a lot of games, he's maintaining a pretty high ranking.
I think it's important. Someone just asked this question. I think it might have been Moral Support was asking like, hey, how do you deal with losing a lot? And, no one in our, one person, two people in our top 16 are above a 50% win rate. Like, even the best players are going to lose at least half their games. And I think it
Yeah.
can be really helpful to actually just like go and look and see that people are not just dunking 100% of the time.
No, absolutely. Even I've been trying to get my 100th win on Top Deck.
Yeah.
And I went on like a 9-game losing streak trying to get to that 100th win and had a bunch of just like awful performances at locals and played some really, really poor games of Magic. And not even just for me, but like maybe the circumstances and
Sure.
between like just not being able to mulligan correctly and just like lots of different circumstances. But it doesn't feel good. And I think I'm like trying to remind myself that this is a hobby, and the reason I'm trying to engage in it is because it's fun and there's kind of like a point to it. And reminding myself of that is not the easiest thing, but it does help, especially when I'm like not winning. And not winning isn't fun necessarily, but if I'm trying to learn something from every loss, then it kind of gives it a point.
Yeah, I think that is one of the most like important things to keep in mind is as cliche as it is, it's the like I'm never like losing. I'm either winning or learning. Like there's always something to pull from an opportunity or from a game where it didn't go your way.
It's even more so with this too, because there's just always something to learn. Whereas there's really not a whole lot of punishment for losing. Like you lose the game. Like you're not, I don't know if you're in like a combat sport or something, like you're not getting your face beat in, right? It's just, you just lost, right?
Yeah, fine. The only games I'm like sad to lose are the ones when like randomly 13 people are spectating me just full punting. That one always feels pretty bad, but it happens. Hey, buddy.
Hi, Calvin.
Dude, that's a baby, bro.
What are you doing?
Dude, get Calvin on the mic.
Bro, I thought I had a lot of games, but the number of people with more than 50 already is like pretty crazy.
Dude, that's like, I mean, we'll get to it in a little bit, but Charles plays 100 games in like most seasons.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a little low this season, but there's still a lot of people with a lot of games. We're trying to find new and interesting ways to give out prizing. We've got some really cool cards that we're giving away for 17th place and also for most games played. Just trying to like, I don't know, keep people interested and keep things fun and fresh.
Yeah. Also, the cards that are being given away by Joey Boy is amazing. Like they will be seeing play in every cEDH deck that you play in those colors. He's doing the tutor package.
Right. Do we have pictures or anything of those yet?
No, not yet. He hasn't sent me anything about the tutors. He's just been kind of uploading some other random stuff. Actually, I do have the Enlightened tutor done, but that's the only photo I have so far.
Nice. Yeah,
but it does look amazing.
We'll definitely post those on socials once we get them. This top row is for most games played. Foil, Thassa's, and JP is just like, oh, it's so hot.
Yeah, goes crazy.
Dude, that meme bet's not getting sent out. It's going straight into my deck.
And the bottom one is for 17th place, just a little consolation prize. But that voltaic key is not cheap. It's like $20.
Yeah.
Is it
sick.
really?
Yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
the book promo. Like, yeah, I think this was only printed in brown border. And so the fact that it's like this art with silver border and foil is a little special.
Yeah, it's kind of guess.
So it's lower quality because it's not a dirt artifact. Mud.
Ugh.
I love mud artifacts so bad. Bring them back.
All right. On to this weekend. We had the level 7 invitational this weekend. 5 of us were there. Unfortunately, Jordan didn't quite make it, but Jax made it. He was barely in.
Yeah, so Jax actually got 11th, but one of the top 10 had to drop out.
I think I was like between 7th and 10th for most of it, and then I finished like 13th or 14th. So I was right. I was close.
There were over 100 people that participated. Yep. The circuit was basically all of our locals. And so anytime you played in a local or you won or you win games, all those points counted towards the invitational. And then we ran a top 10. Jason was first and Raul was second. It was me and Eric and 2 others in the pod, and then Jackson, Austin, and 2 others in a different pod. And Eric's and my pod We first seat mulled to 3, I mulled to 4. Eric cast double Ristic, tapped out, and then fourth seat just played Abolisher Intuition, and we died. And we died in like 18 minutes.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. And then we came out and Austin's game was still going. You guys played for like 3 hours or something. It was crazy.
Yeah, I think it was like 2 and some change.
Yeah.
I kept my starting hands, my first 7. There was a turn 2 Ristic Study and a piece of interaction, I think. And I was going against Arkham and Kinnan, and Jax playing RogThras. And so I was like, oh, this piece of interaction makes sense just because Jax is going to try to put a Necropotence into play on turn 2. And then everyone proceeded to mulligan down to 4 cards other than myself. And I was like, God damn, I really wish I had one more Black Source so I could play a Necropotence instead of this Ristic Study on turn 2.
Did you guys, did you turn order?
We did. So, like, I kept my first 7, and then everyone proceeded to mulligan extremely low, and it made me so
tough.
sad.
That's
But I ended up with, like, Exodia and proceeded to punt the game because I got put on a clock because Tyler put a hasted Arkham into play. And I was like, well, if I let him not use this Arkham activation going into his turn, then he's just going to win. And so I played a little aggressively. I top decked a Necropotence and casted it. And
You
like
top
fought over it
decked
a little
Necro?
bit. Then
Like you didn't tutor it. You just, it was
no,
there.
I top decked a Necro. And fought over a little bit. Jax like had more interaction in his hand than I thought he did. And I already had a tithe out, so I was like, if I get this Necro to resolve, I'm gonna win the game. And then I got the Necro to resolve. Tyler had to use an Arkham activation to get a Damping Sphere. And I Necro down to like 4 and proceeded to draw no extra turn spell, no haste enabler, no bounce for the Damping Sphere, and just a shitload of rituals, and that's it. And it made me really sad.
Did you have Lotho out on the board?
I still had Lotho out on the board, which
And you
was
were at 4?
terrifying to me because I was going to just die. But they convinced Josh to attack me with my Sisay that he Gilded Draked, and I was like, yes. I'll block.
Why did they do that? You just would have died.
I have no idea.
Okay.
And I proceeded to get out blockers enough for me to like try to jam again for 2 more turns, and it just didn't get there. I got to the point where I had to cast a Taru to draw another card for another blocker, hopefully. So I didn't have to like cast my Thassa's Oracle as a blocker to not die. And I proceeded to top deck a Tinderwall.
Jeez.
And that made me survive for a whole nother turn cycle, which was awesome.
Yes.
But
The wall
I just didn't
part
get there.
is the
Tyler was
important
able to
part.
win with the Arkham.
Yeah, I think if I had not been playing some like untenable Dargo slop for 2 months of this circuit, I probably would have made it. But now I know for next time.
Yeah.
There will be many more to come, I'm sure. But yeah, this is really
I've
fun.
kind of talked to Raul a little bit, and they said that like their next circuit, they're already planning it, and they think they want to have it like be longer, which
Yeah.
I'm stoked on.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun to compete and like look at the standings and stuff. And this is the same thing that we're doing with our circuit online, is that you have more of a longer term goal as well, instead of just the, oh, do I win the locals or do I win the league or whatever? And then working for something longer term is fun. It's definitely hard, but it's fun.
I agree. And then the finals, Jason won. So congrats, Jason.
Yeah.
He won an LED.
Jason and I had like a little bit of an unfortunate game on Friday that I wanted to briefly mention, mostly just to cleanse my own consciousness because I can't let things go.
I know what game you're talking about.
Yeah, it was a win and in on Friday night, which for some reason we randomly had 42 people at locals on Friday, which was fucking awesome. But we pregame agreed not to draw, and that because only one of us could make it in, no matter
I sat
like how
next to this.
Yeah, no matter how it shook out. And then we're getting timed. We're locked in prison with Josh, and Jason and Aaron are both just F6 waiting to die. And I'm like putting a win on the stack that Josh is trying to stop. And against my better judgment, agreed to then draw anyway. And that really sucked for everybody involved because none of us made it. And there was like some disputes about store credit causing the draw to happen. And then the store credit never panned out the way that people wanted it to. So the whole thing was a waste. And it really sucked for both Josh and I, and for everyone for that matter. So I wanted to apologize to Josh but honestly, to Jason and Aaron too, like I should have held my ground and turned down the draw and not let it get to that state. So I don't know. I've been thinking about that game ever since, so it was front of mind.
I don't know exactly what happened in this game, but I was sitting right next to Josh,
Yeah.
and he had, I think, 40 counters on his board at some point, and I was like,
Yep.
how are they not dead? But I guess it was just the mana generation that he didn't have yet.
Yeah, he was consistently only able to produce one activation at a time and wasn't able to get past like the bottleneck on mana.
Interesting.
But then he besaged my cradle and nobody had anything. So if it got to Josh's turn, we were like 1,000% dead.
Okay.
And so I'm supposed to just be like, yeah, he beat me. It's fine. And I'm good to die. And ended up not panning out that way because I was being a little bit greedy.
Yeah, I get it. I will say I appreciate it because since you guys didn't you guys did draw, I got top 4 that game, or
Yeah, you
into the
did.
top 4.
Yep.
With 10 points, which is like so crazy that 10 points like almost doesn't get you into top 4 in
Dude,
a 3-round tournament.
Guess who didn't get top 4? Fucking me. I did nothing in this tournament. I went 0-3 and I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm done.
yeah. It sounds like you had like some pretty rough games.
My frustration is not with the games that happened at that tournament. My frustration has been for the past 2 or 3 weeks, I've been trying to get in practice games.
Yeah.
And I have not been able to get any good practice games in at all. Whether it's in a tournament, whether it's outside of a tournament, even just like sitting down to play a casual game. I'm like, hey guys, I would like to practice for the Midseason Invitational is coming up. Everyone's like, okay. And then like we get turn 1 or like something crazy happens. And I'm like, I'm not practicing. Like I literally haven't had a good game in, I don't know, 15 games or something like that. It's just been,
That's
it's
rough.
been tough. Yeah. But I mean, I'm like, I was overdue for like a streak of just bad games, I guess.
It's inevitable at a certain point, right?
Yeah.
Like,
well, you started
you
the streak off with a Maelstrom Wanderer, so.
Hey, I drew 2 games with Maelstrom Wanderer. It was very cool.
Yep. We almost got turn 2 to Atali, which was really fun.
Oh my god.
And it was like a brand new player, and he just had the absolute nuts. And his first flip was Apex Devastator off of Logan. And then his second flip was a clone for Atali. And I was like, oh, cool.
What's frustrating to me about that game is not that my Apex Devastator was flipped off the top of my library in turn 2, is that, I don't know, I haven't played against Atali since Fishbowl 6, since I played against Julian. I literally have not seen the deck at all, anywhere. And the one day I'm like, okay, I'm going to play Maelstrom Wanderer. I sit down and it's against Atali. I'm like, this is the worst matchup in history.
It was Atali, Precon Brigade, Yumi.
Yeah.
Oh, yikes.
It was a very interesting pod.
So just a round of bad luck. I'm not too down about it, but like, I just want it to be known that, you know, I've had good success and I've had a lot of like recent success, but even so, it doesn't matter. Like we all hit bad streaks, and whether it's bad luck or just like not connecting with the game or not feeling it right now, and or whatever it may be, right? Stuff like this happens and you have to get through it.
Yeah.
There's actually a really interesting conversation on our Discord about this, like talking about like how to get out of funk. And it is interesting if you guys can like look it up. I know that Captain Moral Support's the one who like first originally talked about it. I don't know what channels it's in, but
we briefly mentioned this while you were DC'd. I think it was in cEDH General on our Discord, but I can't remember which channel specifically.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it happens to all of us. Like, truly, it really does. And it feels bad. And everyone has, like, kind of their own way to get out of it, realistically. But it's tough.
I tanked from, like, 9th place to, like, I think I'm 27th or something in ELO right now.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I was...
It's tough.
9th in the league, and now I'm 99th because I've done nothing but fucking lose for, like, 3 days. So that's been really fun.
Hey, wait. How long ago did you put the Devoted Druid combo in your deck?
After I started losing, so it's evidence is not correlated yet.
Damn it.
Yeah, I did carry the entire fucking world on my back with an Oppo today, though.
With an Oppo? You're on Oppo?
I put Oppo in the deck, and it was into a pod with Arkham and Farm, and Arkham and Farm just died and sat there while my Oppo held them at bay the whole time.
That's gas.
Maybe you need to play Glarb, Jordan.
Honestly, I think I would probably really like the Frog.
Start brewing it, dude.
I don't hate it. I like Glarb.
Yeah.
Switching gears a little bit, this was something that kind of came up out of the blue. Max P was talking about it on Twitter a couple of days ago, and I just felt very strongly about this after learning and doing research about the facts and whatnot. I actually had no idea that Charles was really big in our league. Like, our league is just so big at the moment. Like, it's very hard to keep track of everyone that's in it. But there was this just bad situation where there was a 10 proxy tournament, and Charles accidentally brought 11 and even owned up to it. Tried to make it right, got deck checked, I guess in order, got deck checked, found out that he had 11, and he's like, oh crap, like, how can I make this right? And tried to provide some solutions to doing so, and none of them were acceptable to the store, and essentially got DQ'd from the event. And there's multiple reasons why this is incorrect, namely the top deck MTR RPG punishment for this is at worst a turn skip, but I think most judges would probably just give a warning and say, like, fix it, and whether it's like changing it for a basic land or not, like, that's fine. I wouldn't want to do that, but like, I would, just to make the deck whole and make it follow the rules. But none of those things were acceptable, and I just think it's incredibly wrong to DQ someone for something that's just so minor.
Yeah. And the Reddit comment section about this was like really infuriating to me, because the discourse was like, of course he got DQ'd. He had an unfair advantage over all the other players. And it's like, that's not
what advantage?
What happened? Yeah.
These are the same people that when someone cheats in a tournament, they're like, it wasn't cheating. It was just like angle shooting. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
I just think that you guys should just go watch the video, because it's a very like enlightening conversation. I think they like both talk about it. Logan and Charles talk about it in a very like fair way, where they're not really blaming the TO at all. Like, it's more of just like talking about it in the grandiose like idea of like why proxies are so encouraged in our format. And they're really not trying to like put blame on the TO, but they're trying to encourage TOs to allow for full proxy, because like there is the idea of it is like, needs to be no proxy or a proxy limit so they can make money, and that it's just like objectively not true. And we've learned this for years now at this point, right? I think that they hit it really well when they were talking about like our local level 7, and like the way that it works there, like it's still very profitable for the store to run these events. And like yes, the money gets funneled to a player and then back to the business, but like if you think that running like a 30-person local at a $10 minimum isn't, like, it's still $300 in store credit that gets given to players that is immediately spent. Not immediately spent. It gets spent.
Yep.
Whether it gets funneled to Jason into a Yogswill, or Logan into a Verdant Catacombs, or me to like retrofoil fetches, like that money does go back to the store, and like it pays for that employee to be there, and pays for John to make money off of us being there, and
not to mention all the
being
snacks
such a gracious
and other
host.
cards and stuff we buy when we're there.
Absolutely.
I see people ripping packs all the time, and like, I can't rip packs of proxies at the store. Like, I'm going to rip some collector boosters or whatever. It's just, I think it's something that we wanted to be, exactly like you said, we wanted to be careful about how we had the discussion, because the whole point was not really to point fingers at the TO or the judge team. Although I personally have like massive disagreements with the way it was handled. I think that, but like, that said, I just really want to set an example and say, like, look, there's better ways to handle these situations, and really like try to keep the path of least resistance in mind. There's really no reason to DQ a player and then take their prizes away, have the top 4 pod be a 3 pod, and then have everyone else question, well, okay, why aren't you putting one of us in the top 4? And just all these different things. It's like just a very frustrating situation overall. And at no point does Charles ever say that like he didn't make a mistake. And that's not really the thing that's in question. He's very, very eager to admit that he was at fault, right? But the punishment just does not fit the thing that happened. It's like an honest mistake.
I think like the other thing that I took from the conversation that I really just want to point out is that like Charles was like okay, like let me just play the game. Like I will give up my prizing. Let me
Yeah.
buy this Imperial seal from you to get under the 10 card limit, so that I'm like doing what the store wants me to do, which is spend money here. And then like, but I just want to play. I want to play against the 4 best players in this tournament, and like that was taken away from him, which feels really bad.
Yeah, I just the whole point of these tournaments is for enjoyment for players. And if this is the way we're going to handle things, this is not very enjoyable for players. There has to be a better way. And I think it's very hard to argue that there isn't a better way to handle this.
Yep.
I agree.
And that's really what it comes down to. And I showed this to John, the owner of Level 7, and he's like, yeah, dude, that's pretty tough. That's not a good look. So it's just,
I also
sad.
want to just like reiterate that like if it wasn't for the full acceptance of proxies for most events, and when I say most, I mean like 95% of them at this point, like some of the best players in our format don't exist, right? The Envy winner last year didn't play with a single real card in his deck, I'm pretty sure. Like, come on. Just like allow us to play this format, because it's like what we love to do.
This is something that someone posted on the video that really kind of touched a nerve with me. They said, this could have easily been me. I was at this tournament. I drove a couple hours to get there. I scrambled to borrow to meet the 10 proxy limit. I don't want to risk my friend's expensive cards. I could have easily been off by 1 card. I would have offered the same fixes. Ironically, I tried to buy a missing card from the store to avoid a handwritten proxy, but they didn't have it in stock. This is disappointing for every player in the tournament. Being 100% proxy friendly is being community friendly. And someone even made a point of like, oh, you don't allow proxies in vintage, or okay, were you going to sell me 4 Mox Diamonds then? Do you have those in stock?
Yeah. I think even like Sam Black mentioned this, like, and being like, hey, like if we didn't allow this, like people, like there wouldn't be enough stock to play cEDH.
Yeah.
Like truly there wouldn't be. We think it's expensive now to like out your deck or get real cards, but like if the proxy limit wasn't there, we're looking at like $50,000 decks. Like prices would just keep going up. We're already seeing it with like
that's a good point.
Mox Diamonds and Cradles and basically anything played in RogThras. Like you would just not be able to fund a deck. It wouldn't be possible.
No, and it's even like Sam mentioned that too, with like it's why he doesn't play standard, is because it like rotates out so often. You can't reasonably spend $600 for every single standard deck you want to be playing. And I loved Cal's tweet about this, where he was like, yeah, I thought we learned this during COVID when it turns out that cEDH tournament grinders spend a metric fuck ton of money on their decks. And the only way to get them at your tournament where they will then spend money on their decks is for them to have opponents to play against, which requires, proxies. So
what would you guys say is like, in your mind, when you think of a cEDH deck, how much is it worth on average?
Are we talking no proxy or?
Yeah. So you go to Moxfield, right? You look at the value at the bottom. But what's kind of like a figure you have in your head of just, you had to name a deck and it's like
$8,000 to $12,000, depending on the deck.
Jordan?
Yeah, if you're like strict base printings, there's a few decks you could like low color. You can play at like $6,000 probably.
Okay, so we'll say like 7.5. Okay, so remember how many people there were at Steel City?
514.
Wow,
it's the Invitational. So close to 600 players.
All right, we'll use 600. We'll say okay. There's 600 people in that room, right?
Yep. $7,000 a deck, sure, pal.
$7,000 a deck. It's $4.5 million in cards.
Yeah.
And that's not counting vendors. That's not counting. Yep. Okay. That is like Grand Theft Auto heist levels of money.
Yep.
Oh, dude.
A team of people, payday or whatever, they come in and set up a heist. I'm taking all those cards. Like, there's just too much money in the room.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like.
And that's one deck per person. That's one deck per person.
Assuming there's one deck per person. Yeah, which there never is.
No.
Yeah. Well, and one thing I do want to shout out is, and I don't know if they're doing this at every Excalibur event, but at Steel City, they had people checking bags every single time. And it was so nice, right? Because they knew how much money was in that room. They knew it.
Well, they at the door tagged your bag with a number and then gave you a number on your wrist that matched the tag. And then they walked out and then they go, does your thing match or not? And you just don't take your bag off all day. Maybe you can put it down right next to you, but you don't walk away from it. There's too many people in the room. And it just becomes a problem. And I think we should have the freedom to travel to events and not bring real cards if we don't want to, not have to bring them through TSA, not have to, just all those things. I'm so thankful for our format to allow these things. And then unfortunately, something like this to come up where it doesn't really set us back because we're going to continue to do what we want to anyway. But I just really don't want this to like become the standard.
Yeah, I agree. And I don't think it will be, right? Like, it seems like the community pushback, like from cEDH people, has been like overwhelmingly positive towards proxies, like to the point where people actually advertise to like get proxied shit. Like, because this format wouldn't exist without them. So realistically,
there's no on-road from casual commander to cEDH. It just doesn't exist. It's not like, because I play casual commander and like I'm pretty entrenched in it, like I have a Mox Simon in my deck. No, people really don't have that.
Yeah. I mean, like, I really wish there was like some decks that were on the cheap that like you could play and like have a real deck like that. And I'm thinking there are, like, some of the monocolor decks would be relatively there, just because you don't have to buy the duels and the fetches.
Yeah,
but, like,
Magda
just a
and
Mox
Yuri
Diamond
though
alone immediately cuts so many people out of the format.
Yeah, especially when the MP Stronghold Mox Diamond is $900.
Yeah, damaged is $800 right now.
Bro, and if you want to play like one of the Cradle decks, you need a $1,100 Cradle and a $2,000 Candelabra, and that's like damaged. Cool. Good luck.
Yeah, exactly. And like that's not the duels that you need. That's not the fetches that you need. That's not the Force of Will. That's not the Chrome Mox. It's not like you're just missing out on so much that like I mean, like there is the possibility of like, oh, you could play Magda, which is not a real deck in my opinion. Like you could
Jeez, bro.
I say what it is. Like, I was like, oh, maybe you could play Atali, but, like, no, you still need an LED, which those things are going up in price like crazy.
They're $550 for a near mint, something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
$600.
Maybe you could play a semi-blue deck. Maybe.
Yeah, but like,
even
if you have
then,
the discretionary income to afford these things, great. Good for you. That's totally fine. You should own real cards if you want to. I don't see any problem with that. But the average person is trying to get into it or is not even sure if they like it. I mean, what if they don't like cEDH? What if they don't like Magic? You're going to make them buy into a format and then what? Sell it?
And dude, even when you're in the format, if you want to like borrow a friend's deck to like play some fun games on an archetype you don't normally play. Like I borrowed Tayam last weekend and I'm like, my deck's expensive. I still don't want to shuffle this thing. Because like, this is disgusting.
Tayam deck is pretty nice.
So this is also another thing that I thought about like while this conversation was happening is like without proxies, I actually think that like our format becomes like way more dangerous because of counterfeit cards versus proxies, right? It is not hard to find counterfeit cards. It is not at all, right?
Nope.
And if they start being in the like zeitgeist of our format, like those trade binders get real sketchy. There's just a lot worse things that can happen if we want to introduce quote unquote real cards into our format, and I don't want to see that at all.
Not that we're introducing real cards. We play with and we have real cards, right? We all own expensive pieces, but if it's the standard and the only thing that's allowed, I don't even though I have a real deck, I have a 100% real Blue Farm deck now, thankfully. Even though I have it, I don't know that I want to play against other people that only have 100% real decks.
Yeah.
100%.
Dude, there's so many like killers that we play with that are like, no disrespect on being young, but if you're 15, I don't expect you to have a $12,000 cEDH deck. Like, and you're.
I think even like the Murray brothers don't play with real cards, and like they're just normal dudes.
Who?
Jonah.
Oh yeah. I think Jonah has some stuff, but I don't think I don't think that whole Kennen deck's real.
Yeah, but like, who cares? I don't care.
Yeah, I know. It's great.
He beats my ass regularly. Like, I don't care.
Wallets.
I don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a tired conversation at this point, but like you said, I don't understand why we're still talking about this. Why is this still happening?
Yeah, but
It's-
please go watch the interview. Like,
Yeah.
I knew what
It's really
happened.
It's really well
and
done.
yeah, Charles, the whole time I was like, this is the chillest, most humble, just like kindest dude ever, who has every right to be pissed. And he's not only not pissed, he's like looking for his fault in the situation
Yeah, for sure.
when it wasn't his. So
I would
Yeah.
not be handling that situation as well as he is in his
Yeah.
situation. Yeah, props to him.
Yeah.
But anyway, go check that out. We can move on from
Also,
this.
shout out for being a Gwenum player. Let's go.
Oh boy.
True.
All right. We're definitely moving on from this now. Speaking of mono black,
Bro,
Tim's got this absolutely
that's
sick.
crazy.
It's so sick.
The like Oni mask treatment for that is
Yeah, it's
nuts.
so hot.
Dude, he
Yeah.
needed to release this before the unbanning announcement because people thought J-Lo was coming back.
Yeah.
And this deck immediately gets viable again when J-Lo comes back.
You don't think this is going to sell out immediately? It definitely
Yeah,
is.
I know. It's true. This thing is sick.
The text is also incredible.
Yeah.
Also, like for people who don't know, even Tim's logos, he draws those. Like he has assets for all of
No,
this
he
stuff.
draws this every time.
Yeah. He has assets for it. He draws it every time.
Yep.
It's fucking awesome.
But yeah, I just want to shout this out. This will be out on his Etsy, if not now, very, very soon. So check that out. We'll have it linked in the description somewhere. And then speaking of just artists and cool stuff, Kai just randomly tagged me in this. Like I'm finishing up my work day and he's like, bro, Wrongside. I'm like, what? This is so cool.
Dude, I wonder who got this done.
I think it's him.
Oh, maybe. That's
Because he mentioned something about like, oh, it's so good to follow you on Instagram now. He's like, I didn't know why I wasn't following you guys before. I said, well, I just made the account. And he goes, oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense. And then he said, say hi to all the crate guys for me. And he said he mentioned something about Wrongside. I wasn't sure what he said, but it might be him.
Interesting.
I really want him to do some TNT for me. I just love the style he has. It's so cool.
Yeah.
I guess actually, like, just talking about Wrongside, Logan, how does it feel that, like, people have taken that idea and started playing Rog Ishai as essentially the same type of deck, but white instead of black?
How's it feel? Awesome. I'm down for it. Yeah, like, hell yeah. I mean, I thought about it at the time, and not to say that I'm taking any credit for it, because I'm definitely not. You know, I didn't play the deck at all. But when I was exploring the Wrongside kind of archetype, I was looking at other pairings with Rograk and even like RogThras and saying, is there something else I can do here besides Cradle? But I didn't think green really offered enough. And at the time, I don't think that white was as powerful as it is now.
Yeah.
So I think that, yeah, it's a really good call. And I've played against the deck, played against Jason on it.
It's
And
gas.
It's really good.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Deck is really good.
It does indeed put 3 Rhystic Studies into play.
Or 2 ties. Yeah, it's really good at that.
It's also very good at like triple or quadruple Esper Sentinel all of a sudden, which like also fucking sucks.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys, Jason was on Triple Sentinel, and then I played an Ashling, and he's like, oh, we're dead. And I'm like, yep, let me rip this Ashling real quick, and everything died. And he's like, so it slowed him down, but he still won. I mean, the deck is really good, so it's cool. And then we were talking about Joey Boy Altars before, but if you want to check out his Instagram, it's called Grave Altars.
We were saying when we were talking throughout the month that he hadn't had like a page up yet and was just kind of waiting. So please go give this guy a follow. Go get some of these altars done because they are very, very cool. I can't believe he's painted on an LED. That's wild to me, but I really like a lot of this stuff. You'll see, I think there's an Enlightened Tutor that is going to be shown.
The
It is the one that we were giving away, so
dude.
or that's reprising.
This is
The Thoracle was
great.
nuts.
I like that he left the win the game in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sentinels.
Yeah, I mean, like
pretty
they're
good.
they're border extensions. They're done really well. This is one of the prizing cards that we have for this month.
Nice.
I really like that.
I'd be really happy to rock any of these. Well, cool. All right, Jordan, I'm going to give you this one. You gotta walk me through this.
So when I first started talking about the RogThras Discord is one of my favorite places to hang out. Like the people in there are fucking awesome. And we all know and love Vafner from all of the amazing stuff that he's written on ad nauseam before. And so when I first started talking to the RogThras Discord about doing a deck tech video, and like something I'm kind of trying to do as a side quest within the channel is I want people to be able to come to us for like, yes, we have the best like high level game discussions about tournament grinding and all that stuff, but I want new players to be able to come to us and actually get good advice about picking up a deck and knowing how to play it. And so that's why I've been spending so much time investing in like the deck tech side of the videos that I make. And when I was doing that, Vafner was like, okay, I'm working on this article and I'm going to talk about every single card that I think is playable in every archetype of RogThras.
So
which
wild.
Adds up to, as he talks about here, roughly 400 unique cards across all of the different archetypes.
So what's
Jesus.
crazy is when you look at this post, you're like, okay, this is a lot of words, right?
Yep.
But what you don't realize is that each one of these is an expandable section.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's
It's
Jesus.
And so the way he approaches it like makes a ton of sense. He has the core 60 of the deck, which is like the Cradle Farm archetype. All of them do this. But then whether you want Breach, whether you're doing like Complex Simpletons, Turbo, like Teamer stuff, there's even people doing like Ral and VV, like Secret Commander Storm versions of RogThras.
Oh yeah, dude. Gaseous.
Yeah, like Gaseous. So there's semi-blue, there's all the different things. And so he breaks down every single version of the deck and why they play the different cards that they do. But then he also addresses like, hey, everyone in our format thinks RogThras is a messy dirtle fest that can't win the game. Here's how, if you want to be a good pilot on the deck, here's how to practice. Here's how to think about your lines. Here's what to do. And it's a level of detail that is honestly unbelievable and really, really, really cool. And we talked about trying to release them close to each other. So I think the article came out like the same day or day after we put the video out. So if you kind of enjoy our content, or if you read this article and want to see it in video format or whatever, hopefully there's something for you to learn here. If there's not something for you to learn in 10,000 words, I don't know how to help. But I think it's really
Is
cool.
this specifically only RogThras?
It is meant to be specifically RogThras. I think there's a lot here you can extrapolate to the other Cradle Farm decks.
Wow. That's so impressive. Because like
Yeah.
you'd think that with like 10,000 words, there would be, Yoshi Thras section and TNT section. But it's like, wow, this is just the most in-depth look at RogThras there could possibly be.
brother, I'm
awesome.
scrolling at a regular pace while you're talking, and I'm still not at the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay, we just got there.
That's so impressive.
Yeah, it's great. We're really grateful to have him as part of the community, and also as such like an eloquent writer who loves to use our forum for the stuff that he puts out.
This is an excellent example of excellent, just incredible technical writing. It's just awesome.
Also, just shout out for like ad nos, right? Because like something like this could not exist. It would not exist without ad nos.
Well, yeah. Where would you post it?
I guess like the Commander's Herald, but like no.
Wait, the Commander's Herald doesn't that not exist anymore?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think first of all, one of those is a parody website, and then the other one kind of doesn't exist. It was like on hiatus. And then even so, they're not accepting outside writers. They're just like, they have a team of writers. And so we're very thankful and very happy to have a place where anyone can post anything. And if it's good content, then it's good content. And we just want to give people a platform to make this type of thing. The next tab I have is your RogThras deck tech.
Apparently, I swallow too loudly. That's what I learned from the comment section of this video.
Well, and you need to turn off your Discord notifications.
And turn off my Discord.
True.
But I had so much fun with this. I'm shitposting. For the most part, the comments were incredible and very kind. So thank you to everyone who took the
They're
time to
still
watch
coming
it.
in.
Deck's really fun. I still play like a Cradle Farm variant of TNT, and I love this archetype. I love all the things that it gets to do. And I like explaining all of the really stupid things that this deck does. Like Springheart Nantuko on a Dryad Arbor is broken for reasons that you wouldn't expect, but it's very cool. And I am excited to get to talk to people about that. So go check it out. Hopefully you like it. And let me know what you think, as long as it's not about sounds related to the video.
I guess it's Teamer Week because I just have been sitting on this and wanting to do a Maelstrom Wanderer deck tech for a long time. And it just kind of came together. I'm like, damn it, Jordan just put this out. Vafner just put this out. And this deck is garbage compared to those two. But I don't know. I think the deck is super fun. For those of you that don't know, it's an 8-mana Teamer 7/5 with haste. It gives everything haste, and it says Cascade, Cascade. And the cool part about the card is that it has the Cascade rules text, and then it says, then do it again at the end of it. And I was looking back through some old gameplay we have because we actually have footage of Jason and Eric playing this deck.
Mm-hmm.
And Eric just turned two's fucking Seth and Guy from Double Sleeved like on Wander, and they're like, "What is this deck? It doesn't make any sense." He's like, "I thought we were losing to Wrongside, but no, we're losing to whatever this is."
It's so funny to like the comments are like, "This is so high roll. There's no way it ever wins a real game." I'm like, bro, I've lost a lot to this deck. Actually, it will for sure win.
Yeah, it's really interesting because like the Maelstrom Wanderer, you like when it gets cast, you're like, okay, the cascade triggers are the problem. Like it's gonna hit into something nasty and we know it. But like the secret thing is that the like it giving everything haste is the real problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like you're like, oh wait, now your Bloom Tender taps for 4 and your Fanatic of Ronus taps for 4. Like,
yep.
What do we
do
Gwenna? Now?
Gwenna is so bad. Good in this deck.
Gwenna in this deck is busted, dude. It's crazy.
I have had 2 revelations since I put this video together. So if you agree with me, go watch the video and maybe you can agree or not. But I need to put in Glaring Fleshraker because it makes dudes, and those dudes can tap for mana with Cryptolith Rite and/or Enduring Vitality. They also just sack, which is cool.
Yeah.
And then I also need to put in Aggravated Assault because if I just have 5 mana and I can go to combat, I can just untap all my creatures, make more mana, cast more spells, go to combat. I don't even have to attack. I can just keep untapping over and over again. It's like a reversal at sorcery speed.
Something that I think is really important for people to know about you, Logan, if they like just see our content on the internet or on Twitter, is like you're the first person to be like, why are you bothering playing anything other than farm or whatever? Yeah. But then in the next breath, you're like, isn't my 8-mana commander neat? And you get so excited about like this other weird, fun stuff in the format. And I think it's really cool to see that side of you. So I was really glad that this came out.
Oh, thanks.
Dude, my other favorite story of this is that I think it was in Pittsburgh and Ian like looked at this deck and he's like, are you just allergic to a counterspell?
Yeah. Ian's thumbing through my deck and he's like, okay, I see it. It's like, oh, it's like Atali with blue. He's like, wait, there's no interaction. There's none.
We were talking to someone about this deck on either Friday or the last weekend that you played it. And I was looking at the deck and I was like, there's 2 instants in here. And Logan just goes, everything's an instant when you ignore timing restrictions. And I'm like, damn. Actually, you're right.
That's so funny.
It's just so fun to go infinite with Cloudstone Curio and Fanatic of Ronus, which nobody plays in any deck at all. Also playing Song of Creation better than any deck has ever played it. It's just so much fun.
This is like the exact same like love that I have with like Helga, right? Is that you just like no cEDH deck is supposed to be able to win with a Restoration Angel, but for some reason it's really good in that deck.
I like kind of got to turn 3 in one of my gold fishing attempts in this, and I was like, oh, it looks like we kind of got stopped. And then, oh yeah, by the way, we can go to combat and swing for 26. Yeah, it's like we have no cards in hand, we have nothing else to do. By the way, let's go to combat. Kill the Nos player. Yep.
Yeah. If you guys like big fat beats in cEDH, I also encourage you to go look at Matt Hayes' Bojo list. If you just want to see a deck that does nothing but swing for 300, it's sick, dude. I love playing a format with the most broken cards ever printed in Magic because you can do stupid stuff like this, and it's really fun.
And it's just on the edge of being viable. It's not, right? Like, I'm not going to take it anywhere except for to locals occasionally. But It's close, dude. It's
Yep.
really close.
Dude, this is exactly how I feel about Helga. Like, it's exactly how I feel about Helga. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, it's just a half a turn too slow. And like that feels so bad because if I get to turn 4 on that deck, you guys are fucking dead. And there's you have no chance.
I think there's
Nope.
like avenues that haven't been explored. Like, should it be running God Pharaoh's statue just to slow it down so I can kill my opponents?
Yeah, I mean it's not the worst idea. I've thought
Yeah.
about that with like, you know, like a deafening silence in Helga.
Yep.
You know, just being
Or
like, well, I'm not casting more non-creature spells. They're all creatures, right? Like there's 50 of them in here. And
or I
so
think I
like
should like run Omen Machine, if anyone knows what that card is.
I
No.
have heard of that card. Wait, why have I heard
Check
of that
this out.
card?
Check this thing out, dude. The art is incredible, first of all. Players can't draw cards. At the beginning of each player's draw step,
Oh.
that player exiles the top card of their library. If it's a land, it goes onto the battlefield. Otherwise, the player casts it without paying the mana cost.
Dude, you could put Vexing Bauble in your deck too. You'd be fine.
No. This deck dies to Bauble.
That's true. It does die to Bauble.
Yeah, it dies to Bauble and
Unless you
Dranith,
flip
but
into
well.
a Squelcher randomly, I guess.
True.
Then I have to run Squelcher.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Anyway, we just had fun, putting out all of the deck techs and stuff, and hopefully you guys enjoyed them. I think that we'll kind of start trying to push other people in our group to put out some deck techs. Like if Austin did a Gwenum deck tech, that would be so cool.
I'm planning on doing it. I have been sick for 3 weeks. Like it's been really bad. No, but I just talked to Jordan like last week
Yes.
about setting up stuff and
Nice.
starting to do deck techs because I at least want to do 3 of the Gwenum,
Atraxa.
Helga, and Chowder. There's
Atraxa.
the amount of information on Chowder, like in general, is like not enough. Like there's
really
no
not
one
a
that
lot of people
actually
talking
talks
about it.
about what the deck is trying to do. Everyone just says, yeah, it's the best deck, like play it. But like there is not like an in-depth breakdown of a lot of the cards that are in that deck. So I'm interested in really breaking down Chowder because I have
Word.
full faith in that deck right now.
I also got to have this conversation with Zach about being a well-rounded cEDH player, and I think this is something that he and I share quite a bit, where we're kind of generalists. We like playing whatever's good. We're pretty open to playing other decks and other archetypes. I mean, hell, he took Atali to Breach the Bay. He even said, like, I ate shit. I didn't do well, but, he had fun. And it happens, right? Even though he's a top player, like, we all have our moments and stuff. But we had a good conversation about just what it means to be a well-rounded player and how to try to progress your game and just being open to like playing other decks and learning new things and stuff like that.
I think it was a really good conversation just to get in the mind of players that are striving for the top of the top, right? Because like it goes into like why you guys are trying to play some of these decks that you're not comfortable with and these archetypes that you're not comfortable with and like I've mentioned it here on the podcast too of like the reason why I'm playing a Necro deck is because I'm bad at playing Necro sometimes. And a lot of this conversation boils down to just being like, well, for me to understand how these other players and how to deal with them, politic with them, like I need to get into the head of them. And that is by picking up a deck and really delving deep into it, which I think that in general more and more people in our format should do, because if you just like play Blue Farm or you just play Kinnan, like I think you're kind of just doing yourself a disservice. Like you should kind of bounce around and at least get like the base knowledge of some of these decks before you just write them off.
I agree with that. I think that's something I'm really grateful for is like having spent so much time playing Dargo decks is I'm way more equipped. Like I'm not scared usually when I sit down at the table. I'm appropriately prepared for that situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's really valuable to have that experience and have that understanding of what your opponents are trying to do from firsthand experience.
And I think as a player who's trying to grind out the tournament scene and stuff, it's very hard to do without taking other people's opinion in on something. And so just even me and Zach sitting here and talking, yes, we're talking about it on a podcast, but he's making me think about things in a different way than I normally wouldn't. And I'm kind of pushing back on some sort of ideas that he has and stuff like that. I don't think that any one of us has the complete picture in our heads about how this game is played or whatever. Nothing is solved, nothing's figured out 100%. And any amount of information that could be added to that picture and added into the calculation of how the games are played out or what the meta is like and stuff like that, that's really important. I think that's really valuable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think even for people who like enjoy listening to whether it's us or Zach or the Win and In or whatever like cEDH content you enjoy, like, take our ideas and try them for yourself, but also take the stuff we say is bad and try it for yourself, because maybe it's bad to us, right? But it works really well for that player. Or
yeah, just let Arkham's activation resolve. It's fine.
Yeah, you're gonna learn the hard way.
There's no consequences to that happening at all.
You're gonna learn the hard way. But like, I don't know, go find out. As someone who is like effectively incapable of making my own decisions, something I'm trying to do is like take in input from other places and be like, oh yes, I hear you. I'm going to do the opposite of that now.
Why do you say that you're incapable of making your own decisions? What do you mean?
I tend to look externally for what I'm observing other people find success with or feel strongly about and gravitate towards that.
Interesting.
And that like kind of take that as like a pattern recognition thing almost of like, okay, I trust this person. They seem smart. They seem like they know what they're doing. I'm just going to do that instead.
I trust one person's opinion implicitly.
It's Jason.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
If he says something's bad, it's bad. If he says something's good, it's good. If he kind of hems and haws about it, I'm like, okay, maybe there's some gray area there. But the dude just doesn't. He's got I don't know what it is. He's got a beat on it.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I trust Jason's opinion on card choices and stuff like that, like pretty much 100%. But I think like he's kind of rigid in some of his like deck choices on like what he thinks is bad and good, but his reasoning behind his ideas, like he can back up his reasoning, and I think that's fine too, you know?
Yeah, I think you're right about the rigidity, but his standards are also just so high that that's really probably where that comes from. So
yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Anyway, I really enjoyed this conversation with Zach, and he's been putting out a lot of good content, as have the rest of the Bite Size team. So please go check that out. We're thankful to partner with them this month, and definitely hope to partner with them again soon.
Also, we'll see them like in 3
Couple days.
A lot of the Bite Size guys will be there, or a lot of the Bite Size people will be there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Are we eating the people? Are they bite-sized?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. There's a lot of educational cEDH content coming out, and I don't know if that's just kind of the time of year it is, where maybe tournaments are a little bit slower and stuff like that. But Lamora is doing a really, really good guide on beginner's guide for this year and kind of updating it for all the new cards that have come out and new archetypes and decks and stuff like that. I've only gotten a little bit into this video. I think, Jordan, you said you watched it?
Yep. Yeah, I watched a good chunk of it, and I watched his one for last year when I was first getting into the format, because I hadn't played at all and used this as like a jumping off point. And I think there's something to be said for going down the like, here's the 4-hour Bear Bible or, an hour deck tech on RogThras or whatever else. But like, if you're newer to the format, or if you're just trying to understand different aspects of it or decks that you don't normally play, I think this is a really great jumping off point for people to have as a frame of reference. And the fact that he does it every year and kind of updates with newer cards and decks that are coming up and all of that, I think is super valuable to people. So I was really happy to see this come out.
I really appreciate stuff like this. I really appreciate stuff like this because like we have 4,000 cards that are legal in our format at this point. And like if you were trying to introduce a new player and like the idea is like, oh yeah, like this is overwhelming that like you need to know this many cards. But like videos like this like really show that like there's 35,000 cards or 34,000 cards that we have available to us, but realistically there's about 400 that like see play, and this highlights a lot of the things that are like this is like what the deck is trying to do. So like if your idea is to recognize these like play patterns, like know what they are doing and highlight these cards, and I just think it's really good information for new players.
Totally. I have no idea how you can condense this into an hour, but he did a really good job of doing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Props to him. And just going over things like fast mana and combos and archetypes for decks, which is, I think the latter half of the video was just going through like Esper midrange and Necronauts Turbo and Simic big mana like Kinnan and stuff like that. It's really cool. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, I think the archetype
Okay.
part of it is like particularly interesting because I think it's easy to think about specific decks, but lose sight of the overlap across different areas of it, and having it broken down into like whether it's the Simic big mana, because like RogThras and TNT and Kinnan, they're all kind of doing the same shit but slightly differently. It's cool to have it like be able to frame it from that perspective in your head.
Yeah. The only like section that's like really hard to condense is like the commander centric section,
Yeah,
because it's like how are you going to put Rowan and Arkham Daxon in the same category of like if you see them on the battlefield and they untap, you're dead.
I think it kind of
But I
makes
guess, like,
sense.
Yeah. I mean, like it like you can group them together, but they are much harder to talk about in like an archetype, quote unquote.
Yep.
Alrighty. We wanted to talk about two interesting decks that did well at tournaments. First of all, I don't know how to say this, Commander. Who knows about this deck?
I think it's Brigid.
Okay, Brigid. That makes sense. I think that's Selesnya big mana cradle deck. 50
Yeah, well, so
creatures?
she is a cradle on the other side of her.
Right.
That's the whole answer.
but does notably tap for both green or white. So
Yeah.
it's the first cradle. Well, I guess we have Sarah's Sanctum, but like
Sure.
creature-based cradle for white.
Mm-hmm.
This is I just can't imagine playing 50 creatures in the 99. Also, how do you mulligan? I just don't have any conceptual like ideas about how this plays out, but props to you. You went 3-1-1. That's a pretty dang good record for a deck like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know what it's trying to do, honestly. Like, I obviously infinite mana at some point and big ballista go burr, but the route of getting there, I don't have a good understanding of.
I mean, it looks like the idea is like turn 1 Dork, turn 2 Brigid, turn 3 like put out some stacks pieces or something along those lines, because there is like a mind sensor in here. There's a few other things.
Dranith and Collector Roof, and
Yeah. Is there a Shia in here?
I didn't see one.
Because wow. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, what is
Dude,
that?
forget
Wirewood
Ranger
symbiote
Captain. We
thing?
have Ranger of Eos.
True. Wait, there's a Wirewood symbiote in this deck?
I don't know,
Oh,
man.
scroll up, it's a 1-drop.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, untap target creature. I thought this was an elf.
No,
Huh.
it's just creature.
Return an elf, in which that just checks out with like most of your dorks. That's kind of sick.
This card's pretty
like
cool.
it.
Recruitment
Untapped
officer.
for, yeah.
Yeah. And it's like playing some like light stack stuff like Collector Oof, Dranith. Like
Yeah.
it's just a
Light,
big
known
mana
light
deck, right?
stacks piece, Collector Roof. Definitely not a
light
hard
stacks
stacks piece.
Collector Roof.
Yeah.
But it's also, it looks like it's got a bell ringer and wait, is that a value bell ringer?
I think it's a value bell ringer, dude.
What? That's pretty gas. I like that.
I mean, you have a meal, right? So you flicker Bellringer
okay.
for Bridget.
Okay. I'm just so used to seeing a thing with like Balloon Man or Kiki, which these don't have access to. But a meal does work, right? I don't know. It's
And
a cool
then
deck.
you can use
It
Tower
makes
Scout
a
to do the same
insane
thing.
amount of mana.
Yep.
Yeah.
It sure does, but it's not in the greatest of colors, so it's very interesting. I wonder.
Yeah.
I just wonder how fast it is.
I just
It's
know
probably like
that
a turn 3, turn 4 push.
But also, if you're on Oof, one of your win cons is Ballista. That's kind of
that's
that
true.
doesn't. Yeah, that's interesting.
that's kind of crazy.
There's got to be a way to like bounce your oof.
Oh, I'm sure there is. I mean, you can't charm it, right? Yeah, target
No.
creature you don't control.
You can. Oh no, you can't. Yeah, you can fight. You can fight it.
No, not with this.
You can light the way it.
Oh, target creature you don't control.
Oh, sure. My cEDH staple light the
I don't
way.
know.
Yeah,
Interesting.
untaps the creature.
That's
crazy.
hilarious.
Yeah, you certainly can do
Umbral
that.
Mantle.
3 artifacts.
Umbral Mantle just like makes infinite mana with Brigid, which is cool.
Yeah.
But you have to have something to do with it.
Yeah, I mean
Interesting.
the deck I'm sure is just like try to find an outlet, right?
Yeah.
But it looks like their only outlet is Ballista? Question mark?
I'm sure
Real?
there's something that we're not seeing that is here. I mean,
I'm
Finale,
sure.
right?
Oh,
You
does it
can-
have
Finale,
White Plume question mark for infinite adventure damage.
Is that a 3 or a
Oh.
4 drop?
It's a
don't
3-drop
remember.
for White Plume.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. What
No.
does Tax Collector do?
Tax Collector's dope.
When this
Script
creature
Ranger.
EQBs, choose one. Tax. Until your next turn, spells your opponent's cast cost 1 more to cast. Okay, that's cool. Arrest. Detain target creature and opponent controls. Until your next turn, that creature can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated.
Interesting.
Wait. Do you think this deck actually tries to win through concession sometimes?
I could see it.
Because like if you get like the Emil combo
Emil
and
Tax
you just
Collector.
keep flickering Tax Collector,
Yeah.
You can't
then they
cast
just
any
no one can cast spells.
And then you just beat him to death. Sure.
Holy.
That's hilarious.
That's okay.
That's so funny.
It's kind of based.
Wait, scroll up. There was like a witch that I didn't recognize.
God.
There was like a
there's
Selesnya 2-mana. I think scroll up. What's that? Wait, Seed Cradle
target
Witch?
creature. Oh, sure. So if you have infinite mana, you can keep.
This goes infinite
could
with
make
it.
an-
No, it just goes
infinitely-
infinite with Brigid.
Yeah. And it
And
makes her
Bridget-
infinitely big.
Gets huge.
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
that's kind of gas.
This is interesting for sure. Anyway,
Yeah.
if you know more about the deck, or if you're the pilot of the deck, please let us know some more information about it. We are interested.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
3-1
making
and 1
me
is a
share
really
it,
impressive
dude.
record.
You're making me share a Sisay list on the channel.
Bro, and it's like actual Sisay, I think.
What does that mean?
Boo.
Grand.
Standard All-Star
staple.
Grand Gan.
Actually,
Grand.
no joke. I think Grand is starting to see a lot more play in Trad Sisay, which is crazy.
People are playing as a commander. I saw it at an event. There was a Grand commander or cEDH player.
What?
Interesting.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
crazy.
Sure, pal.
That's
Uh,
crazy.
I don't even know how
I've
that
seen
works.
a lot more Flash Thompson in
Okay.
Sisay recently.
Yeah. Sisay's been trying to like speed up a little bit, at least the Trad Sisays. Right now, actually, there's been like a split in the Trad Sisay community. There's people that have like sped up, and then there's people that have like tried to start staxing the table again.
Hmm.
So it's an interesting deck. I'm not a big fan of this deck. I'm like pretty open about how much I dislike Trad Sisay, but it's doing well, right? Like in the specialist stands, it's doing really well. Also, this Sisay deck has a ton of interaction, which that's a good idea in my
Are you telling me
opinion.
that 21 is a ton of interaction?
Comparatively to other Trad Sisay, yes.
Oh my god. There's no force of will, man. What are we doing?
Wait, is there not?
No, it's all one
There's
mana
not-
things because they can't pitch blue cards.
Sure.
Oh no, there it is. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I hate
Okay.
that. I apologize. I hate the way that Top Deck sorts this. Let me just switch over to Moxfield.
Yeah. Do they are they on like Ristic and Mystic? Because I know some Sisays are not.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
And Tithe.
this makes sense.
This seems like a
Wait, they're
fairly
on
reasonable
Breach.
list. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is like a mix between
Like a
Chowder
hybrid?
and actual Trad Sisay.
It's got a Gamble LED.
What's
I
their
saw
actual
that.
Sisay line
and
that they
Freeze.
have in the deck?
Looks like an Derevi.
Emil Derevi.
Yeah.
And then do they have Tyvar stuff? in
Yeah.
Tyvar's
Tyvar's
here,
here.
here? Okay.
And Sahili.
Yeah, so like this isn't like full oath Sisay, which I think is a good idea.
Why play Tyvar
Is
when you
this
can
a
play Maelstrom
Jacantha
Wanderer, dude?
companion?
Yes. Well, I don't know, but
Jacantha's in the deck.
In the
but I don't
deck,
think it's
in the deck.
companion.
But not a companion.
well, you can just like Tyvar Gantha, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, I mean, at least like I think this is a better plan than like most traditional Sisay lists, right? Like it has the plan to go fast if need be.
And
especially
Imposter
with, like, a
Mech.
breach combo.
Imposter Mech is kind of surprising for me to see there.
I agree. I also think Gifts Ungiven is kind of crazy.
Yeah, are they on shifting?
Sorry, I'm scrolling through this really fast. I don't see a shifting woodlands. I
Nope.
don't even really see any crazy lands at all.
Just Cradle. Are they on Mount Doom? I'm assuming, right?
I don't think so.
No,
I actually don't see that. Wait, how do they win with the actual Sisay chains?
I mean there's Soul Cauldron, so Cradle Soul Cauldron's pretty alright, I suppose.
I just don't
Merchant.
know how they win.
Is there Tinderwall Bowmaster stuff?
Yeah,
I mean,
there's
Deadpool's
Tinderwall
here.
Bowmaster stuff. So they make infinite mana with the Derevi stuff, and then they I don't know.
Was
Oh.
it Saheeli?
I think Saheeli just like essentially makes one of your bloom tenders fast.
I thought that there was a combo with this. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm going to say the same thing I said last time. If you're the pilot of the Sisei deck and you know how it wins, which it seems like you probably do, please tell us because we're interested. And I think it's cool that we're seeing the crossover between traditional Sisei and more of a good stuff Sisei, because traditional Sisei does not run breach or counterspells.
Yeah.
I guess you have Mastermind, Kinnan, Tithes too.
Yeah,
just-
but like they don't have a like an outlet, or like they don't have Endurance or Green Sun Zenith. They might be on Green Suns actually. I didn't see it though.
Nope.
Yeah, so I like maybe that's just enough.
No, it's
and
just
then you find your
Bowmaster.
brain freeze.
It's Mastermind, Kinnan, Bowmaster, Tithe.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
I mean, or they just find their brain freeze and brain freeze them before.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
or
this is
Meal
people out.
Bowmasters, I guess, works
Sure.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Alrighty. Moving on. We've got the Riftgate Rumble 2. We wanted to go over some of the interesting decks here. I'm pretty sure this was a tournament that happened in Utah based on all the Salt people that are in here.
Mm. It's gotta be.
Dude,
Starting from 16th, Kenrith, Blue Farm, Gwenum, Loot, Atali, Tassiger, Winota, Kinnan, Ashling, Blue Farm, a TNT, Kinnan, VV, Wrongside, Blue Farm, and Atraxa won it with a incredible record of
With 0 losses. It's impressive. I just like big shout out. Atraxa's actually like doing really well in big tournaments right now. I think it's really awesome to see this deck starting to be played more, because drawing 7 cards ish in the command zone is good enough sometimes.
yeah.
I think I played with both Z and Xander at Redemption for Breach the Bay. So it's cool to see them.
Wait, Z
Crushing it
played
here.
Winota in the
I don't like what's on the horizon for us. We are gonna see Winota at every tournament. It's not good.
No.
If you haven't gotten your copies of Fire Covenant and or Toxic Deluge, now's the time.
Dude, Rift has got to be back. We got to put Rift back in the
I never
deck.
cut it,
Should have never
baby.
left.
Yeah, Rift is
No.
busted.
What are you doing?
Bro. It's
I'm
busted.
so sad.
Cyclonic Rift is a critical EDH staple. We're not cutting that shit ever.
Dude, Winota's so scary. It's so scary. I don't want to see a Winota ever, bro.
Cyclonic Rift is the 9mm problem solver, dude. It
is true. It is true.
Yeah.
Board stacks out, count 7. RogThras going crazy, count 7. Yeah.
Can you click this Atraxa list? I want to look at it
Absolutely.
a little bit.
Yeah, let's take a look. And then I'm immediately going to Moxfield.
Nice.
Poor people are just lazy, Kinnan. That's fucking funny.
So if I remember right, I think this Atraxa list is actually like on the mid-range plan, like quite a bit versus what I was trying to play. Wait, dude,
5
look
mana
at that
to
card.
fairy?
4 down, dude. There's a
No,
Heartwood
dude.
storyteller, dude.
And
No,
a 5 mana
man.
to fairy, bro.
Look, okay, my hot take, I actually think 5 mana to fairy is a criminally underplayed card in our format.
Owned.
I used to
Owned
play it
the
in Blarb,
battlefield.
and it was very
Just
cool.
You can cast spells.
It's interesting.
Sure.
It is a
Heartwood
5 mana
Storyteller, bro.
Grand Abolisher that has flash, right? Like, if you
Sure.
can make an abundance of mana, and your plan is to make an abundance of mana, it's like worth looking at for sure.
Time Twister?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, that makes
dude.
sense. Like, this deck is not trying to use its graveyard at all. This is not like
Sure.
my Atraxa list at all.
But also, if you resolve that to fairy and you just start twistering, no one can do anything about it.
Yeah,
you're just
true.
like,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
It's running a ton of interaction. This is like a full mid-range version of the deck, and I think it's awesome that it's seeing play.
Oh,
Why
yeah,
does
it's all
this
the
look
copy
light?
effects, too. It's not Necronaws.
Why does this look
No,
light?
No.
7 artifacts? What are we missing? Thelwar Stone?
We are
No
missing-
2-mana rocks?
Yeah, because it's probably, is it on
It's all
even
dorks.
Calling Ritual? It's got to be on Calling Ritual, right?
No.
Huh?
It's on Commandeer.
And
I
Misdirection.
think being not on Calling Ritual and Atraxa is incorrect, but maybe I'm wrong.
I want a deck like this so bad. I just don't want to play green. Like
Join
it's
us, bro.
Tivit. It's Tivit, but it's like I don't know. Tivit's missing something. Tivit's fine. It just,
I
Dude,
think that like Atraxa,
green feels
like
really
when I
good.
was playing Atraxa, like this is kind of the deck that you wanted me to play when I was playing it, right? Like
yeah, I wanted you to
playing
play full control.
a control Atraxa just makes sense.
Go to the enchantments.
Sorry, I was staring at
Oh,
the
you're
fact
good.
that it has Worldly Tutor.
Yeah, it's just doing
It's on
Ristic,
Mirror
copy, Mirror
Copy.
Made. Yeah. I think this
Are we
makes
on
sense.
Savins? No?
No.
My God, what is going on?
I mean, what do you
dude?
need it for?
Get your food chain back? I don't know.
Oh, I guess food
They
chain
have
is 3
Twister
mana,
and
sure.
Noxious Revival.
No, I mean, like, just get it back, like, right then.
Yeah. They have
Oh, yeah.
shifting too to just turn it into
Yeah,
one.
I'm assuming they're on Shifting Woodlands.
They're not.
Maybe not.
Why are you guys
I think that's
assuming?
I think that's crazy. I mean, dude, I think Atrax is really cool. It's a deck I'm interested in picking up at some point just because it's similar to TNT in a lot of ways.
Let's also not
I really enjoyed
discount.
Atraxa.
Let's not discount the pilot. Like, we know that
Sure.
Xander's making very careful card choices here. There's no
Yep.
I'm just throwing things in and this just feels right. No, they are being very careful about what cards are going in this deck.
Yep.
Yeah. Wait, are they on? Is that just a? Oh yeah, that's just a what's it called? Like a value kitten for Atraxa. That's reasonable, especially in a control shell. That makes sense.
That's insane. Well,
Sick.
Yeah,
we are
I
going
like
to
it.
see a lot of really interesting stuff this weekend, hopefully. I know that the last Invitational was the end of the year or end of season 1. That was a lot of blue farm and a lot of mid-range stuff and a lot of drawing the game. But I just somehow have a feeling that we're not quite going to be like that at this mid-season one.
Yeah, I wish I had time to like go through all of like the main decks that people play. I'm expecting a lot of farm there just because it's farm. But you know, there's 2 or 3 known TNT pilots going. There's a few RogThras going. There's a few, you know, RogThras is going. There's I think 2 Rals going. Like
Yeah, Pigeon's up.
lots of Kinnin. So we'll see 1 Rog Ishai for sure.
Yeah.
Winota.
Winota.
1 Zerda for sure, which I think is awesome.
So happy
But
we made it.
I think that the mix of decks is going to be way better than the Invitational last year.
Yep.
So I'm excited to play. I'm really excited to get down to Texas and hang out with all these people and have a good time.
I think you worked pretty hard last season to try to get close, and you didn't quite make the Invitational last season, but the fact that you're able to make it for the mid-season one this season is just also an achievement. It's really good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really pushing this year. It's crazy the amount of points that you need to get into the Invitational versus the Invitational last year. Because I think I'm
this
like
is the middle of the season, and it's already almost as high or higher, right?
It's higher. So I looked at my like ranking now, and we don't have an event that should be in there. But like I would be at where the cutoff was last year. I would already be there, and I don't think I'm making it in, which is insane. Like, yeah, it's just absolute. So last year's cutoff was like 950, and those were the voted people in.
Yeah, and 64 is 870 right now, so that's
yeah, exactly.
That's damn close, and we're halfway through.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, I don't see it happening for me this year. But
so I was talking to Jax about this too. Like, we are going to multiple big events, right?
yeah, it's true.
Like, we have at least 3 or 4 platinums still left in the season for us, let alone maybe diamonds. That like if you do well in one of those, you're back in it immediately, right?
Yeah.
So
fair.
like if we go, because we're both going to the Boil, then you're going to Albuquerque, and like if you just top 16 both of those events, then you're like probably ahead of me right there, right?
Yeah, fair.
And so like I think it's very doable to like make a late game push, especially since we're going to those 2 events. We're going to Tap for Hope. We're going to Fishbowl and Siege. So like that's 5 events that you can still play, and you still have a lot of local points that you can still get too. So I think that like there's also the gold that's happening in a week and a half. So like
yeah,
like
I mean, dude, you're
I
not
wouldn't just like completely shut yourself down, because like last season I was only at like 200 points until January, and then I just like made a crazy push, right?
I mean, I don't have like any of my local points because I fucking die to everyone on this call and on our team. So
Well, not me
like,
last week. So yeah, I mean, I think you definitely could make it, especially if you spike one of the larger events. That gets you most of the way there. And for
Yeah.
me, last year that was Snowy Summit, so I won Snowy Summit. I was like, oh, I'm pretty much locked in for making the invitational.
Yeah.
So
And like if
it
you
could
just
be that
convert those silvers
simple.
into like top fours, which I don't think
Sure.
is that hard. Like you're so close to doing it multiple times that
Yep.
like that gets you 65 extra points for each time you do that. Like that's a chunk
huge.
of points, right?
Yeah.
So like, and that's not even winning the silvers, that's just top fouring them. So like I
So
don't
that
know. I think that you still have a
65
big
times-
chance.
I
That's
appreciate that.
195 extra points. That brings you to
Like
400
500.
and no, 195 brings you to 445.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Which puts you, quite a bit higher than you are right now.
Yeah, for sure. The cutoff.
Yeah.
But you're not even that low right now.
So like I
No.
don't know. I just wouldn't just like completely write yourself off. And you also got to understand that like this is showing the entirety of the leaderboard. So like last season, not a majority of people, but like a good portion of people like didn't actually accept the invitational invite, right?
Sure.
So like I'm thinking that the points to like actually get into the invitational is around 1100, which is like is my actual opinion.
And also, we're going to slow down as far as people that are already up there, because
Sure.
if we're capping out on bronzes and silvers, it's very hard to like keep accruing points for golds and platinums and above.
Yeah, that's true.
Or you actually don't want some of the top people to slow down at all. Like you want them to keep winning events if it's not you, right?
Yeah,
It's weird.
Just like hold down, motherfuckers. Like Evan, keep winning, keep winning.
I think this number last year was around middle 4,000. So if we gained 2,000 unique players in a year,
that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
And
really
also
happy about that.
Like genuinely, maybe this is silly, but I think even with Elo, I'm like top 500, top 600 right now. Like for less than a year in the format, I feel pretty good about that. I'm all right with that.
You're doing great, man.
Mean,
don't
dude,
worry about it.
Like my first like 8 months in the format, like I was fucking dog ass, right? Like I was so bad.
Playing Doomsday and Glarb and
like I was like playing Glarb and Master of Keys, right? And like don't get me wrong, like I love those decks and I enjoy playing them, and I do think that there's a certain meta that Glarb is still good in. We are not currently in that meta, but there is a meta that exists. Like you just need to like lock in. Like if you do well for a month, right? Then you're like, oh, we're back in, right? Like we're just like, okay, we got a jam. Like I don't know. I think I was like 2 events. Like if I did well at Crombat, I was like really close to making it in. And I had a really bad first half of the year. Like a really bad first half of the year last year.
And that's not to say it's easy to get into the top 64. It's not. But I think with someone like you, with your work ethic and your dedication to making it work, it's certainly possible and not without, not out of reach, right? So
I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, and like you're also doing significantly better now that you're not playing Dargo, right? Like
also true. Also
like
true.
Surprise.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like it's not that I don't respect that deck at all, but like you as a player like notice that you like having agency and not that Tim Dargo doesn't, because it definitely does to some extent, but like not to the extent that you wanted in these games. And I think that you're like improving in that spot that you want to improve in, right? You're forcing these like high resource games, and if you can keep forcing that and then keep converting those resource games into wins, and like that's great, right? So
I don't think I've won against you since you started playing TNT.
I don't think so either, actually. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
I think I have, but they've been very close.
Oh, they've been so close, bro. They've been so close.
Yeah, I think we've either drawn or I've lost.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Anywho, I think that's all the tabs we had laid out. Is there anything else you guys wanted to touch on before we wrap it up? We can stare at Omen Machine while we do this.
The Omen Machine, dude.
This card's so cool, man.
You
can Draneth lock people. Oh, it's so,
you can Draneth lock people.
Oh, that's kind of gas.
Yeah. hey, the cards you have in your hand are the ones you got. You can put lands on the field. That's pretty
what's,
cool.
You know what's funny? Is I think Omen Machine was in my Tim Nadargo stacks list.
It doesn't surprise me at
Probably.
all. You just eat it with Dargo, sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's really funny, dude.
Yeah.
Max P Notion thiefed me yesterday,
Nice.
and I think that card might be underplayed right now.
I've been saying this for forever. I
Notion
played it
Thief has been underplayed forever.
Yeah.
I played Notion Thief in
I think-
Wrongside
Notion Thief and Wrongside is gas.
and Glarb. Dude,
And
no.
Glarb.
Notion Thief and
It's really good
Wrongside,
in
you play all the wheels, including all the new ones.
Yeah.
I do think that there's like, I think that Opus Thief deck is still a thing, and people just like stopped playing it after Whole Breacher.
Should I just play Opus Thief farm at Envy?
That's
Just like-
disgusting.
Double tithe, all the wheels, and Notion Thief and Bowmasters and
I think there's something there. Like an actually like hard control Opus Thief deck. I think like it's still very much viable, and we just like Whole Breacher got banned and people threw that shit in the trash, and then but like it's the same thing as like Wrongside, where people like thought the deck was dead, or Atali thought the deck was dead because of the bans, and in reality, like you just had to pivot a little bit, and like I think that there's still something there for sure.
I think Atali is way stronger now.
Which is crazy because they lost like 3 insane cards in their deck.
I think Atrax is also way stronger now.
I mean, it forces people to brew in really creative ways, and I
Mhm.
think that's a good thing.
We just
I also think Force
can't-
of Vigor is underplayed. Speaking of underplayed cards.
Why play Force of Vigor when you can play
Copy and change.
Reverent Silence?
Ooh, Reverent Silence, dude.
Reverent? No, is that the
Or
right
Bane
word?
of Progress?
Reverent.
On Friday
Yeah,
night,
Reverent Silence.
with one of the pre-con brigades, they Bane of Progressed us
Yes, dude.
and destroyed like 15 things, and we're all like, "Oh no!"
Dude, that's so funny.
If you
That's
control
so
a
funny.
forest, that's kind of sick. One card I do really like in Jordan Drake's Cradle Farm is Aura Shards. I think that card's kind of fucked up for what the deck wants to do.
I've been saying Aura Shards is a
Yeah.
broken ass card for a
Yep.
really long time,
I
especially
think it's
with
fucked up.
Charismatic Conqueror. I was playing it in Najila back in the day when you could just make all those warriors
Sure,
and stuff.
make all the
and
little
just-
shitters,
gas. Yeah.
oh my god, yeah.
I'm thinking about it.
I don't hate it. Like, especially if we like see like the rise of like Rogishai, which like the deck is trying to put so many enchantments into play.
Yep.
Like, I really don't hate it. Like, and it forces the game to be played at the speed that TNT wants it to be played.
Yep.
Like, I think that's pretty reasonable.
I'm definitely thinking about it.
I almost feel like it needs a better like commander than just TNT. Like I understand TNT has the capacity to make creatures and have them enter and stuff, but like those are almost incidental. I think this would go really hard in a deck like Derevi,
Sure.
a deck that has trouble winning and has trouble winning against like those high resources that other people have.
Yeah. It's really interesting to me, like, talking about Derevi, because right now, Derevi is, like, on the turbo plan. Like, there's very little plan for that deck to, like, grind out games. Like, the deck is, like, trying to win on turn 3,
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
which I just don't necessarily know is the correct plan for the deck. Like, I know that, like, the turn 3, like, insane mana generation in the deck is a wild thing.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's necessarily like the way that I would brew that deck.
Like maybe this
No,
is a
I-
Dogthras card more than anything.
I could see that. I mean,
Oh, what?
Dogthras?
Maybe.
with like Conqueror, all your little shitters, Ocelot Pride, like if you're going all in on that plan, like it's not crazy. I like Force of Vigor because when I draw a dork on turn 4, I want to end my existence, and at least I can pitch it to Force. That is like
Yeah.
Dude.
one.
The best part of the partner event that we're building, my deck that I built, is that I can just surveil the dorks to the graveyard after turn 2.
True.
Wait, Aura Shards is a game changer?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, it changes the game.
No, my Grand Arbiter? Notion Thief?
Yeah, because the game changers
Oh my
are like
God.
casuals don't want you touching their cardboard, dude.
Yeah.
And Aura Shard says you don't get to have fun. Although, like, the problem with Aura Shards for me, like Austin was saying earlier, is I want the high resource games, and this kind of makes it so I'm the only one who can enter that game, which is also fine. But
I mean,
I think that's like fine though.
Yeah.
Like I think that should be your plan as well. Like I think you're like so okay. Like if no one else has draw engines and you're like, oh sick, I have Tymna and Thrasios and I'm like making 8 mana a turn,
yeah, I don't
you're
care.
still in a better position than every other person on the board, right?
I don't see a whole lot of downside to this card other than it's not blue.
Yeah, you can't pitch it.
But also maybe that
It's also
is an
just
upside.
incredible to fucking beta counterspell, right? Like no one wants you to have this card.
But no one also wants to counterspell it because it
Right.
it's,
Yeah, dude, have this with Delny and Charismatic Conqueror, and then clone your Conqueror.
Jeez.
Good luck, bud.
I think Grand Arbiter is probably another card we'll see some of this
Yep.
weekend. This card is just brutal to play against, and I don't know where we're going to see it necessarily, but maybe even like if someone's playing Rogish, I bet this would see play in that deck.
I could see it being tested for sure.
And then we did talk about Ashling,
Yeah.
specifically Flame Dancer, because
Mhm.
just a repeated board wipe, and especially all the things that if you resolve a brain freeze with this card out, you're almost certainly going to find your breach or something that enables you to find your breach because you just get to discard then draw over and over and
Yep.
over again.
That's kind of nasty.
It is very nasty.
Mhm.
I'm
And
surprised we don't see this card more.
I think we're
Well,
about
there's
to.
a deck that's based off this. That's a thing for sure.
Sure. But I
And
mean, just like
then-
in the 99 or 98 of Storm decks, like I'm surprised
Well,
we don't see
so-
this more.
So it is starting to be talked about mainly because of Jace and his brewing mind, and it's starting to see play in Rogish Eye. And then I know that Logan, you and Jason both tested it this weekend and had pretty good results with it. So
I didn't play it this weekend in Farm, but I did play it in Karkish Eye, and
Mm.
I've always played this in Karkish Eye, and it's so good.
Yeah, I know Jason did test it in Farm, and it won him the game for finals. So
If you mean by testing it in Farm, oops, I submitted the wrong deck list. I meant to put Stormkiln in. For some reason, there's an Ashling in my deck, and oh well, we'll play it. And then after the tournament, he's like, Ashling's pretty good.
yeah, he just like wiped a TNT board, and he's like, wait, I am the only person in this game now.
Yeah, it kills everything but Thrasios, but
Yeah,
who cares
pretty
at that
much.
point if everything else is dead?
Yeah.
And it deals with Kinnan and so many things like Tymna, even to a Blue Farms board, this is pretty devastating to fight against.
Yeah.
I think it's just like a preference thing. Like if you want to run this or the Devil, like depending on if you want to be like on that type of farm. But I think
Sure.
this is like a little bit more proactive in that idea. So because like it still does give you like the artist talent plus the board wipe plus a ritual, right? Like so I get it. I get it. It's like it's a little bit less control than the Devil, but I think that this deck or this card is reasonable to take a look at.
Why isn't Vivi playing this card?
It's a good question.
Rather play staples like Cave In.
Right.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie.
could-
I looked at the VV deck. It is just free spells. The whole
Yeah.
deck is free spells.
Can we also just talk about like there's these cards like Ashling and Bowmasters and Mayhem Devil and these cards that are very powerful effects. But does anyone see the commonality between these cards?
No, I
You
don't
can
know what you're
staple
talking about.
Curiosity to them and they're broken.
Yeah, that's
sure.
true.
Yeah.
So like how close are we to just running Curiosity in main of some of these decks?
Dude, wait, you're saying that curiosity control is a thing again?
I'm just saying you can staple Curiosity to other people's shit too.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Yep.
And if someone has an Ashling, you can go Curiosity on the Ashling. Anyway,
Continue.
yeah,
Yeah.
please keep casting spells. Let's see what happens. So I don't know. I think a lot of this dynamic that's coming through the woodwork is very, very interesting. Curiosity, notwithstanding, but even that, it's just like a 1 mana spell. Like it's kind of free. Yeah, I'm really interested to see what happens this weekend as far as the Invitational goes. Hopefully there's some unique stuff happening and not just blue farm everywhere like it was last time. But I just have the feeling it's not going to be that.
Dude,
Yeah.
I think even the like NV this year is going to be more interesting than last year. And I think the midseason is going to be quite interesting.
Yeah. It's really interesting to me that like I'm the only Chowder player that made it which I was shocked on. And I don't even know if there's very many Sisseys going.
I think there's
Interesting.
2 trad Sisseys going. I
Is
think I
it
heard that.
is it Dio and the person from San Diego that we're not supposed to name on the podcast?
What?
I don't even
Oh,
know
I
who
don't
that
know.
is. Sure.
There's someone that doesn't like to be named, but he's like the actual final boss of San Diego.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Oh,
Yeah.
He just has like no socials and no online presence.
Yeah, and doesn't like to be known,
Sure.
which is very
I think
funny
that makes
to me.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's about all we have for this week. Hopefully, you can look for more content from us this weekend. I know we will have some stuff in between. What that looks like, not 100% sure. But we have our league closing out in just a few days here. Let me pull that up.
yeah. If you want to fuel an entirely different type of rabbit hole for Cardboard Crack, my video with Corey about collecting artist proofs will probably be out on Friday or Saturday.
Oh, gas. I
Oh,
forgot.
hell yeah.
So if you want to hear some really, really large numbers for purchasing cards, look no further.
Dude, it's a rabbit hole that I don't want to get down. I'm already in like the getting cards altered if I
Yep.
don't have like cool foreign foils of them. And I don't want to do the APs. I think that's the step that I'm like unwilling to take.
It's hard too with APs because if you don't get them right when they happen, you kind of lose the chance unless they magically come for sale again, which is it rarely happens. That if you see someone trading them or something like that, it's always very expensive.
Yeah. Dude,
We
Jordan
talked
was
about
telling
this
me that
specifically. Oh, go ahead.
Jordan was like telling me that Rebecca found her APs for Breeze Caller.
Oh
Yep.
no.
And you're like
Corey's-
no.
Corey is the only person who has one right now because she's only doing oil painting commissions for Breeze Colors.
So
How
And
many
they're
dollars
not
is that?
cheap. I think it was like 800 or 900.
Ugh.
And it's a very long wait, like a very long wait, because
Yeah, that
Rebecca
makes sense.
no longer does magic. Really, she only does like gallery paintings.
Yeah.
Jeez.
She did go to MagicCon Vegas this last year, and I think she might be going this year as well.
So that's the reason she found her Breeze Color proofs, was because
Oh,
she was
because so
very
many people were like,
disconcerted
"Please sign
by
this."
the number of people asking for signatures on their Breeze Colors.
Wow,
Wow.
that's crazy.
So she found them in because she figured there's not foil proofs of them, and so she didn't think anyone wanted non-foil proofs, and so she didn't even think to look.
She thought incorrect.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude,
So
that's
yeah.
so
Anyway,
bananas.
So for
Yeah.
those stories and more, check out the video that's coming out with Jordan and the great Corey Williams. And then just quick peek at our league. Right now, there's 6 pods firing with big
Jesus.
names like Gold Sabertooth, and pods number 169 and 2,370 are firing right now for whatever that's worth.
Here's my
Just
Breeze
insane.
Caller. Are you jealous?
It's so sick, dude. The signature is
Oh
crazy.
my God.
I
The
want it.
double Italian foil Breeze Caller that I paid
Yep.
$7 for.
Shut your mouth. I don't want to hear that.
All right. Anything else? That's it for me.
No, I'm good.
Nope.
I
all
don't
good.
have anything else.
All right, cool. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.